Yes, everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the House of Maiden Chinwag. This week, episode 4 is with Todd Ryan. So Todd is a gamer and content creator with a huge following. His videos are engaging, they're funny and generally entertaining to watch. You may or may not know, but last year House of Maiden collaborated with Doom and Xbox, and we created this capsule collection around the launch of the game. And it was honestly such an amazing experience working with them, and we learned so much about the gaming world through it all. So yeah, I mean, I used to play video games when I was younger, but since doing that collab, I've become way more up to speed with like the culture, the community around gaming. And yeah, honestly, it's just insane. It's a gargantuan multi-billion-dollar business. And what really stood out to us was how loyal, passionate the fans are about the games, the stories, and the consoles that they grew up with. Yeah, so we're actually announcing another video game collaboration really soon, which we're like seriously stoked about. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. But back to Todd. Todd spent the last 15 years in the military while also sort of building this path for himself, creating content and videos around the things that he like generally loves. I really enjoyed this Chinwag with Todd. It was one of my earlier interviews and I'm stoked to finally share it. So if you're into gaming, 100% check this one out. All right, cheers, peace. Dude, thank you for doing this. I'm stoked.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This was
Yeah,
fun. Sorry, we had to
yeah,
like reschedule a couple times there, but I've been
man.
swamped over here, man.
Yeah, no, I bet you have. Yeah, tying people down is actually it's quite tricky. But
Especially creators, dude.
but
We're always on the grind, man.
yeah, no, that's it. But yeah, how have you been? Like, what's been going on?
Well, I've been all right. I tore my Achilles about a month ago. I had surgery and I've been on the mend for a little while. So I've been off of work, which most people were like, "Oh, you're gonna be able to create more content." And I was like,
Yeah,
"Nah, dude. I've been sleeping. Like I'm tired."
really? Shit.
Yeah,
Can I ask how you did it? Like, how did you
I was on a
do that?
warped wall at a like a trampoline park, and it was funny because I went to the ER and told the doctor what
Right.
happened, and he was like, "Oh yeah, warped wall." He goes, "We get those pretty. He's like, that's a pretty egregious killer of the Achilles." So
Yeah,
they weren't
that's a
shocked
painful one, isn't it?
initially. Yeah, it's like a really good blunt pain. Yeah, no fun. Don't recommend.
Yeah, I'll try not to do that. And so have you found yourself since having that injury being, I don't know, creative and doing more content or actually not?
No, definitely
No.
less. But I still enjoy it. It's just it was harder to turn the camera on for a little while, and I didn't feel as
Yeah.
creative writing. I was just sad about my injury. I lived life at about 150 miles per hour, and I went all the way down to 30 miles per hour really quick. So couldn't go to
Right.
the
Yeah.
gym anymore. The gym balances me out. So my usual day would be wake up, gym, breakfast or lunch, depending on what time. Uh, then content for the evening or my day job. But I haven't been at my day job, so my whole life has been kind of blah.
Of course. Yeah. No, I can relate to that. Like I snowboard and skate, surf, things like that. And then when that's taken away from you, and the gym as well, but any kind of like physical exercise, once that's gone and you're not doing it, it's like I go crazy. I just I need to do that stuff.
Yep, stir crazy.
So I can fully relate to you with that. But yeah, so how did you get into, your content's awesome. Like I've really enjoyed watching it. And obviously when you did the video for us at House of Maiden, which we loved, it was so sick. And yeah, so how did it begin? How did it begin, all the content creation?
I made my first video when I was in high school playing Gears of War, and I had recorded it with a videotape camera, and I somehow
No
got that
way.
footage onto a laptop, and I edited it to some Killswitch Engage music. I've been listening to them since I was in high school, my favorite band. Didn't get into content creation really until COVID, but like I knew that I had an itch because I'd been making videos my whole life, but I didn't know there's any kind of like, you could do any kind of business around it, and also get to
Yeah.
love doing it. So yeah, COVID was really where I really got into it. Much older. I think I was 31, maybe 32, and
Right.
I've been doing it ever since. So, and yeah, I got on TikTok. That was the first app where I really started doing it. everyone was talking about Call of Duty at the time. Nobody was talking about single player games, and I do like multiplayer games, but I started talking about video games I was just excited about coming up, and they took off really good. And then years later, I got into unboxings, and through inspiration, through other creators, different formats of recording, I got inspired to change up, and I've always been inspired to not stay static in one lane of content. So I pivoted and I enjoyed it. It let me show my personality a lot more. And that's how I got my out of pocket unboxings.
That's awesome. So what were you doing before all your content create? Like you doing this, you know?
I'm in the military. So I've been serving for 15 years. That's pretty much been my bread and butter my whole life, at least half my life.
Wow.
And that in the gym. Like that was my end all be all. Golfing. I like to golf. I always stayed really active, playing video games, of course, you know. I
Yeah.
love
Sick.
hosting people too. So I'd have people over for UFC fights, cook a bunch of food. Um, I just love
Sick.
being around people. So, but that was my life pretty much until I really got into content. I started off wanting to be a streamer, so I streamed a whole lot. But that's where I started getting into editing and stuff like that with content. So.
Yeah, sick. No, definitely. Because you got a huge following actually. So, like, was there like a certain video which tipped you over the edge? You know what I mean?
Honestly, when I started on TikTok, the account that I had, it had a bunch of content on it already because I had been doing like the lip syncing, like the comedy, like Family Guy skits. I had been doing trendy, whatever was going on at that time. Never the dances, but but
My wife
I
loves the
had about
dances.
what's that?
My wife loves the dances, the TikTok
Oh, she loves
dances. She
them.
was going
Yeah.
crazy for them. Yeah, yeah. I had to go do some, and yeah, I'm not sure how I felt about that, but
Oh gosh, now I forgot the question. What was the question?
sorry. I was just saying, like, what was the video which kind of like,
So yeah, it was pretty much right out the gate. I had cleared all my videos from that account and I just started fresh. Changed profile picture, changed the name of the account, and my first video was about it was about a game called, oh, now it's escaping me. Tormented Souls. It was a horror game coming out in 2020, 2021, something like that. And that did okay. Got about 10,000 views, something like that. And then the next video I made about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. And I think that video,
right?
which is like Borderlands spinoff, I think that video did like 200,000 views, something crazy. And I was like, what's going
Nice.
on? What the heck, dude?
Yeah.
Then I talked about New World, which is getting shut down now. Rip. But that one got like 10,000 views. Then I talked about, I think Call of Duty one time, just like news, something changing, about a 500,000 views or something crazy. And I was like, I might have something
Wow.
here. Yeah. So it was kind of just everything. And, a video doing well always inspires a creator to keep going. So it's also the
Keep
back
going.
end of
Yeah.
that too. If a video does bad, you got to have the humility to be like, okay, why didn't that do good? Is it not trendy? Did I not convey the message well? One video that did go absolutely nuclear was when Elden Ring dropped and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I think they dropped relatively close to each other, like maybe 30 days. And I made a video because I hate the status quo of gaming. And that was pretty much the hook. I said, two games attack the gaming status quo, and I want to talk to you about them. And this video went nuclear across the internet. People were taking my video, posting it everywhere. I trended on Reddit #1 in gaming that year.
No way.
Millions and millions and millions of views. It was insanity. One of my buddies, I don't even go on Reddit. I don't do it. I'm not a Redditor. But one of my friends who is, he was like, dude, you're #1 in trending on gaming right now over here. And I'm like, what?
What? That is huge.
Um, but all I was doing was talking shit to AAA games. I don't know if I can swear. I apologize. I'll stop swearing if you have
Yeah,
to.
no, it's all good.
Okay. But I hate that gaming is like chopping up pieces of a game and they'll sell you like a half-baked version, and then a month later they're like, oh, here's this DLC and here's this skin pack and here's this weapon that we didn't put in the game. You had to pre-order to get that. And it's like, you guys are so grimy, like
Yeah,
so
totally.
basically I was just calling them out.
Amazing. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's good. That, yeah, you do that and you get the views rolling in, don't they? People really enjoy watching that kind of stuff. And
One of
yeah,
my friends, what they said to me when we first met, content creator, we got to link up, and he told me, he was like, dude, he goes, when you get passionate in a video, he goes, those are always your best videos because you're just pissed off and people see that and they love it. And I was like, oh, so I should be
Yeah.
pissed off more often.
And then the comments go crazy, don't they? Everyone's like, wants to have a little piece and says their thing, and yeah, they can just explode.
Yep, exactly.
That's epic, man. That's so cool. Obviously, us being a jewelry brand, and obviously the Doom collaboration, everything. What about a video game in your eyes, which you think would be cool to, the world of jewelry and gaming to collide?
Gosh, man, with everything going on with Resident Evil right now, and it's funny because they have like some of their merch is like the worst out there.
Right.
Terrible. That they need to clean that up. And I was like, I'm like super geeked. I've been covering Resident Evil for like the last week and a half now, maybe two. And I went to go buy some merch. I was like, excuse me. I was like, what do they have? And I started looking and there's nothing. So like something with Resident Evil, low profile. I love the low profile kind of stuff, like some small jewelry. So like rings are cool, necklaces. That's about as far
Nice.
as I go. But I think Resident Evil would be an
Nice.
awesome one.
Nice.
So especially with
Sick. That's
Requiem coming out soon, like they have so much cool like new art to like pull inspiration from that I think that would do really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that
I love
stage
that
when they
stage.
send us like the asset folders of all the different things that we can, work with and turn that into jewelry. It was really exciting. So yeah, that sounds like a good one for sure. So I've got a few more questions I really want to ask you. Your gold ring, where
Yeah.
is it?
So I have it in a display case upstairs in my
Sick.
bedroom. So
Amazing.
I don't have a ton of jewelry. I just recently started wearing jewelry, and like I also got there was some other company made a collaborational ring with Death Stranding, and I was like, okay, cool. Like I like cool little things that like accentuate my look. Accentuate? I don't know if that's the correct word or not.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Accentuate my look with a little touch of gamer, right? So like when you see the Doom
Yeah,
ring, you're like, oh, that's a big ring. Does that say Doom? It does. It's like, yeah, man. Like thank you for noticing. So I have the Slayer shield as well. And so I have I think it's silver. Was the silver Doom ring the first one you guys sent?
yeah. The first
Yep.
one.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep. So I have the silver ring and the necklace. So I have those two when I wear my black. I like black and silver and black and gold. Like I'm pretty neutral with those colors. And I love that I have them both. And I have a watch also that has a little gold tinge to it. So if I'm wearing the gold Doomslayer ring, which is only for special events, it's like I'm not
Yeah,
wearing that
sick.
around. I'll wear my gold watch and I have a gold chain. It's the same color as the ring, which is awesome. I don't know what kind of I can't remember what gold you guys use. Was it Italian gold? Because it's like a whiter.
It's a 9 carat yellow gold. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it's just the gold's actually cast in the UK. But yeah, it's a really beautiful color. It's like 9 and 18 carat gold have actually got a similar color. It's the kind of when you go 22, 24 carat gold, it goes a richer yellowy color. So yeah, it's got a beautiful finish. But that thing's so solid, isn't it? Like I loved all the lines on that particular Doom ring. It was just so clean.
Blows my mind is like how it just fit my finger. Like you were like,
I
oh yeah, we
know.
have these sizes, and I put it on. I've never had a ring fit my finger like that. It just
That
slid
is
right on. It
so
was
good.
perfect. And I've been told like my
That
hands are like kind of chonky, like they're thick. But like, I think the ring
yeah,
being thicker and not being a thin band, it has less room to move around on on the finger. So it's like it worked out really good.
totally.
But yeah, it's on display, glass case and all. It's nice.
Mate, I love that. I'm so glad to hear it. Yeah, it was yeah, treat making it for you. Stoked.
I
Um
love knowing that there's only a few of them in the world. I got one of them. Isn't there three?
yeah,
Is it three?
there's only 3 of those. Yeah, 3 of
Yeah,
those. 3 of those, 5 of the gold necklaces, and then 3 of the Slayer helmets. That was it.
yeah. I was
Yeah,
really
which is
hoping.
cool.
I was like teetering. I was like, do I want a Slayer helmet instead? Like I kind of do. And I was like, nah, Doom is just clean, like just right across the knuckle.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It was so good. Oh man, stoked. So good. All right, cool. I'm just going to ask you a few more questions, and then this is kind of like a just a little quick chat. I wanted to just say hi, hi and catch up. So,
Absolutely,
what's
man.
one of the what's one of the things people would be surprised to learn about you? So, kind of a bit of a deep
Gosh,
question.
it's funny. I was just thinking about this the other day because it was like, well, you wanted to talk, and I was like, well, I mean, honestly, I've never worn jewelry ever in my life. I just started getting into it, and it's funny because I just got into it around the time that all this doom stuff started happening, and I got to meet your guys' acquaintance. So, like, I've always been like the
Yeah.
lowest profile guy. Never even had a suit, until this year. I was
Oh,
just
really?
like, the
I saw
nicest
that
I would
actually. I
dress
saw
up.
that.
What's that? Oh yeah, the suit that I got. But yeah, I really,
It's looking good.
V-neck, black V-neck, and a nice color pair of pants to match. And I was a very low profile guy. And now I'm taking care of myself a little
Sick.
bit more. The friends are noticing, parents are commenting. They're like, "Wow, you're really kind of, dressing up, wearing a little jewelry." I was like, "Yeah, I feel like, almost 40 years old. I should probably clean up a little bit, become a little bit more
You're similar age to
sophisticated."
me. Yeah, yeah. No, similar to me actually. Yeah, as you get a bit older, you kind of want to invest some money into those things a bit more, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Well, I've been frugal my whole life, and it might not seem that way looking at, like, if you watch my videos from when I started, I was a staff sergeant in the Air Force. I was doing okay money. But I was always that individual where if I got a raise, I wouldn't throw it into a new car payment, right? Or buy something that's going to
Nice.
be
Yeah.
on a credit line for 5 years. So I would just save it, or put it on an existing payment that I already had. So now in my life, it looks like,
Nice.
oh, you're rich. And it's like, no, I just don't have a truck or a car payment. I don't have student loans. I just have my mortgage. That's
Perfect.
all I have.
Yeah.
So,
Sensible. Sensible, Todd.
yeah. So I lived eating, ramen noodles for quite a few years, and we all got to go through that, crucible of fire.
Definitely. I can relate to that so much. I spent years, going away snowboarding with my mates and just on such a budget, sleeping on sofas, eating cheap food. And, you just got to go through that like period of your life, don't you? And then you slowly, you know, uh,
Builds character.
yeah, come out the other
You get the
side.
you get the good stories that way
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. So what's the game you boot up when you don't want to have to think?
Gosh, don't have to think.
You
So
know
I
what I
have
mean?
like
Like
total.
I like
Go ahead.
there's games like there's a game like I used to play Skate, which is you can tell obviously I skate and snowboard all the time, always talking about it. But there's a game called Skate, and that game was amazing because I remember I just shut off and just play and just be like wouldn't think about anything else. It was like the best.
It's I'm gonna have a really weird answer to this because I definitely have like super undiagnosed ADHD. Every game I play
Right?
makes you think to, like, a supercomputer's power, right?
Yeah.
And I think the one game that I probably play the most mindlessly, like, if I actually, you would think that you're thinking the most, but since I have such experience with it, I'm not thinking at all. I'm just reacting, and it's actually
Yeah.
Doom. Like, when I'm playing Doom, I
No
actually have
way.
I really have a wholesome moment with my dad. There was a small time where he was staying at my house. It's when Doom Eternal
Right.
came out, and I had all my weapons unlocked. I was pretty late game, and I was playing on nightmare difficulty, so everything kills you in like a couple hits, right? And
Yeah.
I executed like the most typical Doom maneuver. I like double jumped in the air, hooked onto something, swung around, did a glory kill, pulled out a weapon, shot in slow mo, a headshot, and then switched to a rocket launcher and like locked onto something and sent a rocket that way, and then switched to my shotgun and went over this. And my dad just looked at me and he goes, "How did how did do you know how to do that?" And I was like, I wasn't even thinking, honestly. And because he doesn't play video games at
uh,
all, and he was just watching me do
no,
the most. So I
that
really love
was the
that
best
moment.
answer, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. Oh, mate, amazing, dude! I could talk to you for hours. So, what's happening next? Obviously, you've had this injury, so you've had a lot of downtime. But is there anything you've got up and coming you're pretty excited about, or anything? I don't know, new content, any travels?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff planned. Well, some stuff is tentative, and then I have a lot of projects. So I often have a notepad somewhere nearby with like, because if I don't put it on paper, I'll forget, and then I won't make the video. I
Yeah,
got a YouTube
good
video that's doing
shout.
really good, talking about Resident Evil. And so I'm gonna do a follow up one, covering a lot of Resident Evil stuff. Like when I hard focus on a certain video game, like the content gets better because I'm just talking about the same topic over and over again. Plus, it's one of my favorite games of all time. We got the Game Developer Conference, or not GDC? No, not Game Developer Conference. We have the Developer Direct with Xboxes tomorrow. So I'll be streaming that and live reacting, and then I'll edit those into videos and post those for people to see. So, and then as far as
Sick.
travels go, I might be going to Poland again. I talked to my friends from 11-Bit Studio. They have a project coming up, so I might be going to them sometime Q2, around time frame. And then Phantom
Sick.
Blade Zero at the end of the year. Might be going to hard might because the military
Yeah.
has to allow it. But I might be going to Beijing to pre-celebrate the release of Phantom Blade Zero. So
Wow, that's sick. I forget, like, obviously you're traveling with your work. Like, this is epic, right?
oh, it's a dream come true. It's
Yeah.
I often call my mom and we go out to dinner and I there's been two or three times when some big stuff has happened and we're having, hamburger or whatever, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I look at her and I go, Mom, this is all happening because you bought a Nintendo and played video games with me all the time, right? And she smiles and
Amazing.
she's like, I never would have guessed in a million years, but she goes, you do work hard, so I'm not surprised that you have
Yeah,
been successful. And
that's so
it's
good.
just a really fun, wholesome moment.
Yeah, that's amazing. I had a Mega Drive when I was a kid, and I remember loving video games. I still do now. I just don't play them as much as I used to. But they were, when you were younger, my parents would never have encouraged me to play video games. It was always like this sort of like quite sort of negative thing, which I probably should. But it's so funny how like really reality, especially these days, is gaming and that the gaming culture, that world, there's so much you can do with it and turn it into, essentially a career. It could be like doing what you're doing or working in a video game. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's just crazy that gaming is actually pretty special stuff.
It really is, and that's why I attack the status quo as much as I do, is because it's gotten so big that now people are thinking about money as opposed to the game. So when games come
Yeah.
out and they challenge that status quo with like Expedition 33, costing like 10 million to make or something egregiously low, and then you have these AAA studios with, you know, $400 million budgets to make a game and it comes out like crap, you
Wow,
know.
that is crazy.
It's like, you guys really suck. You guys need to know that
Yeah,
because you're
yeah, yeah,
ruining it for
totally.
everybody.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I hear quite often the gaming industry is like bigger than the movie industry.
I think it is, yeah, because I think the movie industry is the one that is. Wait, how is it? The movie industry is trying to break in some kind of like algorithm of like the way the video games
Right.
work. I can't remember. I said you like jogged a memory, but it's not quite there embedded because I heard it a long time ago. But yeah, the
Yeah.
movie industry. I mean, they're running in circles, and the gaming industry is kind of doing it too. They're just kind of remaking games because original IPs are hard to come by. But that's how the movie industry,
Yeah.
they've been doing that for the last 5, 6, 7 years, right? Like just remaking
Yeah. Yeah.
movies.
Yeah. I
So,
know. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Epic. Dude, that was the great chat. Thank you so much.
no, thank you too. This was awesome. I love doing stuff like this, man. It's fun
Uh,
times.
yeah. Well, I'm going to start these with like quick chats. Then, well, not when I say quick chats, just like, yeah, shorter, like video kind of podcast. And then I want to eventually do some bigger, more like studio ones. So I'd love to one day talk to you for longer and do like a, longer
Cool
episode.
to come out to the studio, dude. If we got a little setup and sit down and dude, we could do one of them Joe Rogan
Defo, man.
podcasts that lasts for 3 hours.
Yeah, mate, I'd love that. Yeah, I'm on a little journey now, this little podcast journey myself. and I'm really excited about it. And yeah, you're one of the first few people I've been doing this with. So, I really appreciate your time, and it's honestly been really fun talking to you. So
You're great to
yeah, it
talk
means
to as well. You ask good questions.
yeah,
So good questions, good
yeah.
conversation. So
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. That means a lot. All right, bro. Well, listen, you take care. Where are you now? You're in Michigan.
correct, Michigan. Yep.
Yeah. Like my geography is really shit. Michigan in America. You
On the
so you're
eastern
like
side,
eastern,
northeastern side of the. Yep.
northeastern side. Gotcha, gotcha. Nice. So yeah, you just
What time
woken
is
up
it for you? You
basically,
said
haven't
it's at
you?
8 p.m. for you.
Yeah, yeah. Coming up to 8 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I used to have a
Yeah.
friend from over there a long time ago, Gears of War. I would stay up so late playing that game that I had friends from over the pond. They'd be getting up for their day, and I'd be like, my friends would go to bed, and then there'd be a lapse of like a little bit, few games, and then he would get up, and me and him would run matches, dude, all until my son came up. And he was the coolest
Sick.
freaking dude. I'll never forget his gamer tag. It was Jono, so Jonno 12321. And me and him
No
would
way.
just for years, this guy was my best friend.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
Oh,
remember like
that's
learning the
so
time
cool.
zone a little bit because I was like, dude, aren't you like getting up for the day? He's like, yeah, I don't got a job. I was like, oh, all
Yeah.
right.
Epic. Epic, dude. Cool, man. All right, well, you take it easy, and yeah, we'll catch you up soon.
All right, man. You take care.